good, my people? Tasha Curry here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about common law marriage. What is a common law marriage? What are the advantages and disadvantages of having a common law marriage? And is it something that's still recognized today? For those that don't know, a common law marriage is when two people are together for a set number of years, and in the eyes of the government, they're considered married, but they don't go through the legal actions like getting a marriage certificate or getting a marriage license. And that's just a rough definition. There are actually only a few states that recognize common law marriage. The advantage of being in a common law marriage is basically being married without being married. So what I mean is you may be with someone for a long time. You're in a long time relationship, let's say 7 years or more, but you don't go through with a wedding. You don't go get a marriage license. You don't go get a marriage certificate. So technically you're not legally married, but because you guys have assets together and you've been living with each other for a certain amount of time, you can be recognized as being married. Now, again, the advantage is if you guys decide to break up, the only issues that you may have is if you have things together, it may be difficult to separate it, but at the same time, you don't have to go through any legal process to break up your relationship. All you do is say, we're done, and you go your separate ways. Now, there might be some issues if you have things together, like a house or cars or anything like that. But for the most part, it's just, you're done, you walk away. The disadvantage to a common law marriage is there really is no legal protection because technically you guys are not legally married. So let's just say you have no will and you don't do any of the legal things that you need to do just to make sure that if something happens to one of you, you can get what you need or what you're required to get. But if you are in this relationship and let's just say something happens to your partner, you legally get nothing. And I actually know a few people that was in this type of situation. They were with their partner for years and something happened to their partner and they ended up getting nothing. And some of you can still have that argument. Well, if you get a will, it fixes those problems. Maybe, perhaps. But let's be honest. Most people don't have a will, and most people don't even think about going to get one, especially if you're around a certain age. When you're young, you're not thinking about a will because most people, when they're young, you're thinking you're gonna live for a long time. But we don't know what's going to happen. So you need to make sure that you protect yourself and your family. And I know some of you probably even heard this situation happen with celebrities. When the celebrity dies, and the person that they've been with, and maybe they've been with that person for years, but there's no will, the person that they were with is usually SOL because there was no will, there was no legal documentation stating the wishes of the now deceased person. I know people are iffy nowadays when it comes to marriage. You can Google why people don't get married or look up it on YouTube and you'll see so many videos on why people choose to not get married. But you don't want to be stuck in a situation that you're with this person. You build this life with this person. And because of legality issues, you now get nothing. And it goes to maybe their ex-spouse, if they have one, or it goes to their kids, or it goes to their parents because they're their next of kin. Now, something that I thought was really interesting is when I was doing research for this video, I found out that in the states where common law marriage are accepted, let's say that you're married to somebody, but you're separated. Now you live with someone else. And let's say you've been living with that person for years. You could already be paying for your spouse or ex-spouse. And then if you end up breaking up with the person that you're now living with, you can probably end up paying for that person as well because the state recognized common law marriage. So with common law marriage, sadly, you can end up paying alimony or anything like that just because you lived with this person for a few years. Now, me, if we're together for some years, like 5+ years, I personally would get married. To me, it just only makes sense. I mean, why would you want to be in a relationship with someone for 10+ years and you don't make it legal? Now, you don't have to have no party. I'm not saying you have to spend $50,000 to have this big, humongous wedding, but go to the justice of the peace and just get it done. If you're already going to be with that person and you're just with that person, why don't you just go ahead and do something that's going to protect them and you? Now, if you're with somebody and you don't really like them, but they're just there to hold a place, I think you really need to do some soul searching and probably get out of that relationship. There is no need for anybody to be a placeholder. If you are not interested in that person, if you are not interested in that relationship, get out of the relationship. And I've been seeing that a lot online lately. People talking about that the person that they're with is not their forever person and that they're just waiting for the right person to come along and then they're gonna break up with their partner. Why don't you just break up with your partner, let them find their Mr. or Mrs. Right, and you wait until the right person for you comes along? Why hold on to them and block their blessing? Because obviously you are not their blessing. This was just one of those videos. I was just kind of thinking about it, and it's on the subject of marriage, which my channel is all about. So I just wanted to do this video. And plus, I just want to add the caveat that don't leave your partner in the cold if you guys are trying to build a life together. Get a will and give them a chance to be able to take care of things if you go. If you know that that person is the one, why even wait to get married? Just get married. But again, it's your life. And I'm not really here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to kind of make you think and hopefully make you want to look up things on your own and kind of figure out what you want to do with your life. And that's what all my videos are all about, is to make you think. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And remember, love yourself, adore yourself, and always be yourself. Thank you, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one.